What's up, man? I'm back with another reaction video. Today we're gonna be checking out this video from it's called his name. So his YouTube name is and I'm gonna put the original video down in the description. Stuttering? Damn. I'm gonna put the original video down in the description. His name is Ayo Bandit. So he's pretty much breaking down how AMP became a successful, one of the most successful groups on YouTube, aside from RDC World. That's another good group on YouTube. But AMP is definitely the most popular group on YouTube right now. And I've heard a little bit of stories on as far as how they came up as a group, but it was like little bits and pieces. So I never really got like the full story time, this breakdown of how they really came up. So you finna check this video out, man, and yeah, let's get into it.
Okay, so I'm sure
I like his breakdowns though, bro. His breakdowns is cool.
On YouTube named AMP. They've become one of the biggest content creation groups on the internet over the past few years, and for the most part, I feel like we all pretty much know this.
Road to 10K subs, man. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe too. Tap in.
Surfacing around the internet.
I should know who Chris V is. I should know who Chris Next Door is. I should know who Kai Cenat is because you are the driving force in it. But them I shouldn't even know who they are. If you guys don't know what AMP is, that is Kai Cenat's group. That's the problem. Kai Cenat shouldn't have a group. You have to insulate yourself because at the end of the day, that group doesn't mean anything without him.
And this clip would even lead
to shit.
Members, even Kai Cenat himself. And that's what made me realize that maybe there isn't many people that actually knows the history of AMP.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know the history.
Of AMP and how did it become
like other than Kai Cenat and Duke Dennis, nobody else knows the other group members, which is crazy. Nobody knows every member on AMP.
That very first link down below in my description to join my Discord server and become an official member of the community. So with all of that being said, let's get into how AMP was even created. So as we all know, the AMP that we all know and love features 6 key members. These members included Duke Dennis, Kai Cenat, Phantom, Agent 00, Chris Next Door, and the person that y'all swear I look like the most. No, it's not Dr. Umar. It's actually Davis. Key members of AMP.
He do kind of look like him.
You already knew that. But what if I told you some of these members?
He do kind of look like him. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy.
To begin with. So originally back in 2019, Agent wanted to move to the United States from Canada, and while in the process of moving,
he's from Canada.
His idea to create a big content creator house, but he wanted to do this house in Los Angeles, and this was primarily supposed to be like a 2K community content house because the original members that were supposed to be in AMP included YouTubers like Cheeseaholic, Peter Mick, Mike.
How do you find people to do a content house?
There was a whole bunch of other people involved that we talked to, maybe like 7, 8 content creators. We're gonna get like this big ass house in LA.
You're not gonna bring their name up?
Peter was one of the people. We briefly talked to Cheeseaholic about it. We talked to all these people just to see, like, gauge interest. Like, yo, would you be down for something like this? Most people were really interested.
And this entire idea was also ran by a few other content creators as well. But originally, it was all Agents and Phantom's idea. But the entire plans of the original AMP group would end up falling through.
Long story short, the LA plans fell through. A couple people pulled away, and then a couple other people were like, they had doubt. They're like, I don't know, because this is commitment to move into a house full of people and start a big thing. It takes a lot of work. And so they pulled out, and then everyone kind of just pulled out in fear, and then LA flopped.
So this will lead to Agent having to find somewhere else to move to, and he ultimately ended up picking Atlanta. And he chose Atlanta because him and his cousin Waleed, who also has like a key role in everything that AMP does, they both knew some people in the Atlanta area.
I'm about to say this is a kind of Houston.
And one of the people that Agent knew that lived in Atlanta was Davis. So after Agent officially moved to Atlanta, this is where him and Davis would start collabing a lot, making lots of content together. So this would lead to Agent wanting to revisit the entire AMP idea. And Agent would also mention that he was just really infatuated with this idea of AMP, simply because he was motivated just from a business standpoint with other big organizations such as FaZe Clan.
So in my mind, I'm trying to think, like, how can we create lifetime wealth? And in my mind, I'm thinking, like, think about FaZe Temper, FaZe Rain. Even if they own like 10 to 15% of FaZe Clan, that's worth millions, probably tens of millions of dollars each. So in the event that they end up selling, that's some lifelong wealth.
So after doing these videos with Davis and went to revisit the idea of AMP, he would then
it's so cool to be surrounded with other people that do content versus, I mean, it's cool doing it yourself, but it's easier with a group.
So they all agreed,
you know what I'm saying?
So this will lead to the creation of AMP, but this wouldn't be the end of the story at all. So you guys know, just because you have a team of 4 people, that was only the basis of what AMP needed to start. They also needed editors and things like that to make sure these videos are getting done correctly and out on time. So this is where they would meet Chris next door. Originally, Chris would start off with just being the editor for AMP. So now that they had the creators and they had a great editor
Sitting in the bed like that.
this would lead to them posting their first official video on the AMP YouTube channel titled AMP 2v2 Tag Team Boxing. I don't remember the exact view count that it had like when it originally released. It's at 2 million now, but obviously like that's inflated. But I genuinely remember this video being like a banger because at the time no one had seen a group channel come from the 2K community quite like this. They were all still very early in their careers, but they were all also still very big.
Wait, how did they find Dude Dennis though? I think Dude Dennis must have already knew Chris.
They continue posting more and more videos weekly, and the type of content AMP was producing at this time consisted of a lot of different challenges or like basketball content, and they would stick to having just the 4 key members in the video.
Yeah, Phantom always got a do-rag on, bro. God damn.
22nd, where they would officially feature Chris next door in a video, and this video was titled AMP Game of 21 It Got
Damn.
Now, I personally think this is one of AMP's best basketball videos. So if you're into like basketball content like I am, I would highly recommend going back to watch this video. But this would be the very first video that Chris was ever featured in, and he would end up becoming
my first time seeing Dude was like 2020.
Featured in more videos over time, and this continued on for about 3 months and led all the way up to the point where they would include another person in their videos, and this time it would be Kai Cenat appearing in his first ever AMP video, which was an AMP 2v2 basketball showdown. Now, of course, Kai Cenat wasn't actually hooping in this video because we all know he's terrible. But he was like more of a side character. He was a sideline personality, and he had like some funny moments throughout this video. And that led to fans really liking Kai's energy with the rest of the group. Now, at the time of recording this video, Kai Cenat had about 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, maybe a little over 100,000. And at this time, Kai was really mostly known for doing skits, as well as doing like ding dong ditch videos at his college. But with Kai Cenat being from the Bronx, which is the same place that Phantom's from in New York, this would eventually lead to the two of them linking up and forming a bit of a relationship. And this is where Phantom would end up seeing a lot of potential in Kai Cenat and invited Kai to come out to Atlanta with him to do an AMP shoot.
Phantom came to me and was like, yo, I'm in a group called AMP, and I want you to like, I'm trying to tell them about you, and I was wondering if you just watch what we got on the channel and see like you interested. And then like, long story short, I was watching, and then he said, yo, you gonna fly out with me like next month or whatever, which I did.
And this moment would end up changing Kai Cenat's life entirely. So like I said,
how did he find Kato?
He
like
was first introduced in the 2v2 video as like more of a sideline character. He didn't really have like a big role. But just 2 weeks later, he would reappear in another basketball video that AMP did titled AMP Plays 3v3 for a Lamborghini. And during this video, he had a much bigger role. He was on one of the 3v3 teams. And even though he wasn't like officially an AMP member at this point, they still introduced him in the videos as AMP Kai Cenat. And Kai would do great in this video, like not great playing basketball, but just in overall terms of being completely
throw it in there.
Entertaining the viewer and the fans. And this just led to him building more chemistry with AMP and just meshing well with all of the fans that AMP had already gained. And he will also feature in the very next AMP video, which was titled AMP $100 Walmart Outfit Competition. And they will also introduce him once again as AMP Kai Cenat. And after how well this video shoot went and how much the supporters were loving Kai Cenat, this will be the day that Kai would officially become a member of AMP. And after this is where things really started to kick off for AMP. Like, they were already doing good with the original 4 people that they had. But once they added Chris and Kai to their videos, it just added 2 more great personalities to the content. This will lead to them all starting to grow very rapidly.
He's so energetic.
To them getting their first group content.
Bro, he always got a do-rag on, bro.
The very first AMP house. The rest is
I see that shit one more time.
Like, they will all start going extremely viral, which led to them getting their first 1 million subscribers on the AMP channel, as well as individual achievements. And speaking of individual achievements,
that's hard, bro.
We have to talk about this whole like AMP is nothing.
Damn, how did RDC world come up though? I gotta see a video about that, man.
Even knew about the history prior to this video. We all know that AMP has always always been a bunch of people who are each successful individually. And it's been that way since it was just 4 of them. Each of them were already big in the 2K community. And after it expanded to them getting Chris and Kai Cenat, that will only continue. But let's just get that about the way. They're all individually successful. They all do their thing outside of AMP. And granted, you can say that, okay, Kai Cenat did help AMP out a lot, of course. Yes, he's probably the most popular member of AMP.
Yeah,
yes,
for sure.
He's the most popular Twitch streamer on the platform. Yes,
for sure.
He's a lot of these things. But that doesn't make AMP nothing if you remove him from the situation. Just like Kai helps out AMP a lot, AMP helped Kai Cenat out a lot as well in the early stages of his career. In fact, recently Kai Cenat would even go live and reply back to this podcaster's statement, and this is what Kai had to say.
First of all, everybody individually has motion. Individually. Bro, AMP has changed my life, nigga. Without AMP, nigga, I feel like a large amount of my life I'll be like lost and still trying to figure shit out. Like, real shit, that was mad disrespectful, bro.
So yeah, if anyone really deserves like a lot of credit for
Right,
AMP,
shit.
it's Phantom. Because Phantom was like one of the original people who came up with the idea for this. He even came up with the name AMP himself. So in my personal opinion, like, just give everyone in AMP their respect, because we've truthfully never really seen anything like this with an entire group of creators. I truthfully think the only other
RDC World
say is like the Sidemen, and they've been around for years at this point. I just personally think each member of
I didn't know
AMP
Sidemen was a
plays their
group.
own key role, and
You
they're
forgot
each
RDC World, though.
to the videos. Like, if you wanted to
That's like one of the
remove
biggest
any
groups.
one of the 6 AMP members from any of the group videos, like, the channel will probably never be the same again. That's because they each are important and have their own specific dynamic. But that's just my personal opinion on this whole situation. You guys know that the only opinion that I really care about is you guys' opinion. So let me know down below in the comments, what do you think about this whole situation? Do you think that AMP would be nothing without Kai Cenat? Or do you think that they each deserve their own personal credit for what they all bring to the table? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And while you're at it, if you're new to the channel, don't
Even though
forget to
nobody
subscribe.
knows nobody else other than Duke Dennis and Kai,
Subscribers. Y'all have been genuinely going so crazy.
they all
Showing me so much
play, like he
love,
said,
and all
play
I
a
can
role,
say is
bro.
just thank you, and I love
Yeah,
you,
in the group.
appreciate every single one of y'all. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy the video, be sure to give me a thumbs down. Any feedback is good feedback to me. And as always, I appreciate all of the love and support. And I'll catch you boys and girls in the next banger.
Boy got the
man.
phones in the back. Yeah, man, they all play their own role. I mean, I know a lot of people, they be like, who is Chris or who is Davis and everything. You know what I mean? Like, who besides Kai Cenat and Duke Dennis, nobody can really name all 6 of the AMP members. But, you know, now watching this video and other people breaking AMP down, you know, off camera, he told me about AMP and how, you know, they came together and how Chris and Davis and all them, you know, play a big role, even though a lot of people don't know him. I mean, I know they was bigger than Kai Cenat at one point. So Kai Cenat got the hot hand right now in the group. You know what I'm saying? He the big person in the group right now, but everybody else in the group still play a role. It just so happens that Kai is the biggest one in the group. You know what I'm saying? So, but let me know y'all want to see more type of videos like this, man. I see they got a Pretty Boy Fredo video and the Sullivan Otter video I possibly want to react to. So we're gonna probably check those out to this, man. And till next time, I'm out.